For those people who managed to get to that point in their life where they ticked off all the boxes, they're like, okay, I did it. Everybody approves of me, and I've made all the money, and I've got six-pack abs, and I've got all the stuff. Then it's like, oh, where's the payoff? I thought this was going to be fantastic. What's really in it for me? It's sort of this. This is like a midlife crisis. It's all kind of empty and pointless. It's not what I thought it would be. So you could help yourself out a lot by actually questioning this now. You could maybe question this sincerely, regularly, because maybe you could start every day with this question of who am I really? What am I really here for? What really matters to me? And then you could make a commitment to actually be yourself. Because if you tell the truth, succeeding in being somebody else will not satisfy you. I've brought this up before because it's another one of my favorite references. It's in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna refers to something similar. Now, I should say that I think that the context, the traditional context of the Bhagavad Gita is Krishna may be potentially referring to something slightly more specific, but I think that it works really well in the way that I'm presenting it, which is Krishna does say to Arjuna, well, for those who don't know the context of the Bhagavad Gita, so well, first of all, if you've never heard of the Bhagavad Gita, let me fill you in. It's a really important, what would be considered a Hindu scripture. It is it's right smack in the middle of the one of the most important epics. It's from the Mahabharata, and the setting there is that there's this rivalry between these two clans of this family, and we'll say the bad guys are the Kauravas, and the good guys, so to speak. I mean, it's not nearly this clear cut, but we'll say the good guys are the Pandava brothers, and Arjuna is one of the Pandava brothers, and they're about to embark in this great battle, these two sides. And Krishna is the supreme being, but he's incarnated, he's an avatar. And he's on the side of the Pandava brothers. He's the charioteer of Arjuna. So now the two sides are lined up, ready to do battle. And this is a huge, massive battle. I mean, in this battle, billions of people are killed. And Arjuna is looking out on the battlefield, and he sees on the other side, it's like his family. It's like his family versus his family. And he has this crisis of faith, and he's like, I can't do this. This is wrong. I cannot do this. And Arjuna is explaining to him that he must. It's absolutely necessary. And he then explains everything in this course of it's like 18 chapters or something like that. He explains that everything there is to understand. It's all in the Bhagavad Gita. So there's one point in the Bhagavad Gita where Krishna says to Arjuna, and I'm paraphrasing, but he says, it's better to be yourself poorly than it is to be somebody else perfectly. So think about that. And it's sort of saying a similar thing to this Oscar Wilde quote that's not really an Oscar Wilde quote, which is be yourself, everybody else is already taken. So if you're not willing to be yourself, even if imperfectly, you won't be happy, because you'll totally miss the point of your life. You're not here to be somebody else. So if you really take that in, then you can start to realize that you cannot actually get the answers that you're looking for by consulting others. Now, that's not to say that others might not be able to offer you some useful guidance and information, but ultimately, you have to know yourself, because that's the only thing that's really going to be able to that's the only real guide that is completely reliable. So if I tell you, here's who you should be, then How do I know? I can't know who you should be. I might be able to give you some useful suggestions of things that you could do to look and find out for yourself. I might be able to provide you with some useful general tips that that you can apply in your life to help get more clarity about who you are. But at the end of the day, so to speak, you actually have to find out for yourself who you are.